my brand. And everyone who gets a birthday gift or anything from me now is from my company.
Yeah, that makes
Why
sense,
wouldn't
though.
it? Why
Why
wouldn't it
wouldn't
be?
it be?
Why would I go to a big brand store that would possibly give you toxic chemicals when I can give you something from the heart that I made?
Yeah. So you're kind of also like a bit of a scientist, though, right?
I've heard that a couple of different times. I was
You see, I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin'. Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look as chief, not lieutenant.
all right.
Okay, so another episode of Live on Lake Street. We have Tre Wils with us today. So, like I was telling you off the mic, this is a little bit of a different type of interview for me. I haven't interviewed somebody that's just, I guess, an entrepreneur in the sense that you're an entrepreneur. Artists are entrepreneurs as well, and I know you consider yourself an artist as well. But musical artists is really my forte, so this is different
So
for
you're
me.
expanding your horizon.
I'm
and
expanding
your
my
portfolio.
horizon. Indeed. So tell me a little bit about what you do, what your brand is. I want to talk about the rebrand too, but what is it that you do or that you've been doing?
So my brand is all about self-care.
Okay.
It doesn't just involve women. It's also for men as well. I actually didn't realize that men cared about self-care as much as they did until I actually got into the industry. But I hand make all my materials. They're all phthalate-free, paraben-free, and toxic-free. It was really important to me to create a brand that was sustainable and would be safe for you to use around your kids, your family, and whatnot. My brand was kind of born out of COVID.
Okay.
I use a lot of my products like candles and bubble bath and that kind of thing to relax. And as you remember, we just weren't able to go to stores then.
Yeah.
So that kind of just got me curious, like, what are candles? What's inside of them? How do you make them? And that kind of just what sparked my attention. And once I started making the brand, I threw a couple of home parties with friends and family, and they were like, oh, my God, you have to sell this stuff. And those are my baby stages, and we worked the recipes so many different times and added new products and redone labels, redone photo shoots. So I'm really excited about the way that we've developed over this last year, but it's really about self-care.
So this is a new thing for you.
It is relatively new, I would say, over the last year.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that I'm new to this per se, just because my products have been researched so much.
Yeah.
Prior to even starting, I think I researched for at least a year before I even did something, just because I wanted to be well rehearsed in knowledge.
Smart.
Education is very important to me.
What type of research did you do? Is it just, do you take yourself to YouTube University, or is it just Google work?
Of course.
Yeah.
Who doesn't use YouTube University?
We're finding out, unfortunately, a lot of people don't, and I don't know why you wouldn't, but
Well, you can actually get a really good education on there, so that's unfortunate. But I actually joined a bunch of different creative collaborative groups on Facebook and in person and online, and they kind of just help you develop and teach you how to make certain things, how to find out recipes, what works for them, where do they get certain suppliers and vendors. So it was super, super helpful for me. I think for anyone, if you're in an industry, you should always join a group or a creative collaborative kind of thing, because it'll really help you become more knowledgeable about whatever you're doing.
yeah. What was the thing that happened that made you jump into this line of art specifically?
Oh, well, like I said, it was kind of just curiosity,
Okay.
and I was making it for fun, making it for friends and family, and they kind of just pushed me you should be doing this. And also during that time, I've always been an entrepreneur or someone who has worked for themselves, and during that time a lot of people just weren't hiring interior designers, so work had really just slowed down for me after it had really just started to pick up. So that was unfortunate, but between boredom, not making money, and going through a pandemic, it kind of just developed the perfect storm for me to start this business.
Yeah. So you started you were an interior designer. You don't do that anymore? Or you still
I do.
You
I
still do?
still do interior design. I do all forms of hustles at all times.
Okay.
I just am picking up more on this other business. I'm nurturing it a little bit more. When you start a new business, it just kind of takes like a lot of man hours to
Yeah.
brand yourself and put yourself out there. So it's my number one right now, and interior design will always be my first love.
Do those things kind of go hand in hand a little bit?
They do.
They have to, right?
They do.
Because I mean, you're creating stuff that involves design. And
Exactly.
yeah. So do you utilize your own products now
Every day.
in that process of interior design?
Oh, for interior design, of course, I've always, when I'm getting through with the client or starting with the client, I always offer them free gifts, which
Yeah.
is, from my brand.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone who gets a birthday gift or anything from me now is from my company.
Yeah, that makes
Why
sense,
wouldn't
though.
it? Why
Why
wouldn't
wouldn't
it
it
be?
be?
Why would I go to a big brand store that would possibly give you toxic chemicals when I can give you something from the heart that I made?
Yeah. So you're kind of also like a bit of a scientist then, right?
I've heard that a couple of different times. I would say yes.
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist by degree, but I'm a scientist in the sense that I do lots of experiments, and I just figure out what works for me and for my customers, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it'd be kind of a fun job. Kind of the mixing and matching of products and stuff. And
It is. It's really fun, like experimenting with different scents and to experiment with different recipes. But I would say when I'm in a crunch time, like if I have a big show, like I recently just had a super big show. I had to fly in my sister, and we worked for like 3 weeks nonstop, no sleep, to get prepared for that specific event, just because we wanted to push out 2,000 candles in 3 weeks, which is mission impossible. And I just knew that I needed some assistance. So I had her like wicking my jars. I was pouring. She was labeling. So we turned the house and my candle studio into like a little factory. We just had to split it off and get the work done.
I was going to ask you, do you do all this out of your own house, or how do you like?
Well, that's how I started. It started in my house, and I eventually had to build a candle studio. I had to take up more than half of my garage and turn it into a candle studio. So I used my interior design experience and renovate it.
Yeah. So do you have like a store? Like, can someone come visit your studio and look at your products, or not
No.
really? It's all online?
That would be super uncomfortable. I don't like people coming to my
Yeah.
house if I don't know that.
Yeah.
But I actually do a lot of pop-ups all over Minnesota.
Okay.
I would say we did over 42 pop-ups last year.
Wow.
Yes, it's a lot. 90% of our sales are in person. So I actually love having that interaction with a lot of my customers. And we are talking to a few different stores about wholesaling. But an exciting announcement, we're actually going to be in Ridgedale next week. Over the next couple of weeks, during the wintertime, we're going to have a kiosk in Ridgedale Mall.
Congratulations.
Thank
I might have
you.
to come. I might have to come check it out.
Of course.
Yeah. So as far as like creating like scents for like a candle,
Hmm.
like what type of products go into that? Like is it like you make the candle and then there's like a small amount of liquid you add to it and it makes the scent, or is it like everything together creates the scent?
No. So actually,
I don't want you to give away your secret sauce either.
of course, I'm
So-
not going to do that. Actually, I have this really huge boiler for the wax, and it melts my wax down. And
Okay.
you pour the wax out into the candle. It's like a huge jug that I usually pour into.
Okay.
And I batch create, because if I do one candle at a time, I would never get anything done.
Yeah.
So after I batch pour the first batch, I add the fragrance oils, and I pour them and let them cool, and they usually set over 2 to 3 days, and after 2 to 3 days, they're ready to sell.
So do you ever make a batch and then it just comes out and you're like, this is trash and you got to throw it away?
That hasn't happened to me yet.
Okay.
I mean, even if I feel like I'm making a mistake or oops candle, people still buy them.
Okay. So it'll still work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to like Walmart or Target or any place like that, and you've opened up a candle or something and you're like, oh my gosh, look how destroyed this is.
Yeah.
And people still buy it. As long as it smells good, as long as it's aesthetically okay, they'll buy it.
Yeah, because it's a candle. It's just wax. You can remold it anyways if you
Yeah,
want to.
I can. I've actually made plenty of mistakes. I've spilled so much wax on my floor. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I've had to replace my floor, which is why I actually ended up making the studio, because I was spilling too much wax on the floor. But yeah, you can always melt it down
Yep.
and restart over again. I mean, that's one of the
kind
beauties in it.
That's kind of a beautiful thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really mess up.
Well, I really do have to concentrate when I am making candles, because if you're not focused on what you're doing, you can make a lot of mistakes, like not putting in the right amounts to your mixtures, or you could make a mistake and spill all your wax on the floor. And tears just flow out of your eyes when that happens, because you like have to get on all fours with a blow dryer, wipe it up. It's like, but it really makes you think, like you're not concentrating on what you're doing, and this is your lesson. You really need to be paying attention and focused on this, not have your mind somewhere else. So
Yeah,
I think that's a good lesson that I learn every single time I make a mistake.
for sure. So have you had the opportunity to like get your products into any celebrities' hands?
I did. I actually gave one of my candles to 50 Cent. I was,
Really?
yeah. Chief actually asked me to come out and come with him to the club, because he was going to be meeting him, and they like pretty girls around. So
Of course.
I came, stuck my little candle in my purse. I'm like, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to give him my candle.
Yeah.
So that was my overall goal of the night, and I actually did get to give it to him. I don't know if he was used it or whatever, because he didn't post about it, but, it got in his hands. So.
Did you give it a title, like the name of the candle? Did you call it?
Well,
I
it was
mean-
already named. He got the mini donuts candle.
Okay. I'd have called it 50 Cent. It's a cent. It's a dad joke. My bad.
Make him a custom candle for that night.
The S.
50 cents of gray.
Yeah. Man, I hope he burned it.
I'm sure he
What was
did.
the interaction like? What did he say? Thank you, or did he just?
He nodded his head, thank you.
Okay.
Well, kind of the whole experience was I was trying to give him the candle, and his, his team was trying to block me from going over there. So I was standing in the DJ booth, and he actually just jumped over the DJ booth right in front of me. So
Okay.
it's kind of like they were trying to keep him from me, but he jumped right in
They
front of me.
couldn't keep
so
him from you. He
I
wanted that
guess not.
candle.
I
He
guess
wanted the
not.
candle.
He did.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So what makes your product different from other people that are doing this?
So what makes my product different? Of course, like I told you, having a sustainable and a clean brand is super, super important to me. And I use wooden wicks with my candles, which is very unique. They crackle like campfire when they burn, which
like
a lot
that.
of people love that sound. It's like having a little mini campfire.
Yeah.
And my smells are super, super unique. So if you buy a chocolate brownies candle, it's going to smell like chocolate brownies. We have blueberry pecan waffles. It's going to smell like blueberry pecan waffles.
Wow.
There's not one single scent that doesn't smell exactly like whatever the name is, that's what you're
what it
getting.
smells like.
Yeah. We even have Fruit Loops.
What?
Yes.
I need a Fruit Loops candle.
You need a Fruit Loops candle. Guys love the Fruit Loops candle. It's weird.
Why
And
do
the
I-
chocolate brownies. The guys really like that one and that one.
I definitely need a Fruit Loops candle.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy one
Well,
for
we'll
sure.
get you one.
Yes, I definitely need one of those. So you recently rebranded.
Yes.
So it was originally called Senti Mint,
Yes, correct.
and what did you change it to?
Salt of the earth.
Salt of the Earth. And what was the purpose behind the change?
So the purpose behind the change is that I've grown, my company's grown, we've developed. Originally, that was one of the two names that I was considering when I first started this company. And as we grew into this first year, I just felt it fits my brand a little bit better just because it's a very organic brand. And I felt like Salt of the Earth just really fit that a lot more than Sentiment.
Yeah.
We will always be Sentiment, and if you still have that website, you're able to use it to get to Salt of the Earth. Just so there's no mistake of that, you can still use all those same QR codes if you downloaded it in the past. But
There is something a little bit more pleasing to Salt of the Earth.
yeah, it's like aesthetically,
Yeah.
it's like giving you that spa vibe that I really wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I I agree. Yeah. Do you know, is there other, do you have competition? Like, is there,
Here in
obvious-
Minnesota?
Just, is there competition in this industry?
Of course. The candle market is super, super saturated, which is why I don't just offer candles. We do candles, we do bubble bath, we do a bath soak, which has like Epsom salt, bohemian crystals, flowers, essential oils, fruit. And what we're doing is actually giving you a lifestyle and a day spa vibe right here in your home. Yep. So I think that's what sets us apart from a lot of other candle companies who are just selling candles.
Is there beef in the industry?
No.
None?
Not that I know of. I mean, I haven't seen any.
Because the way you just promoted your shit sounded very death row like this. If you want all the good shit, come to death row.
Exactly.
I mean,
we are the best.
I like it. I mean, that's the right energy to have.
You have to have that energy behind your own brand.
Yeah. No, I agree. Any brand, anything you're doing.
Exactly.
Anything you're doing, you have to have that energy.
If you don't think you're the best, how can anyone else?
That's a fact. 100%.
Learn that from Kanye West.
Shout out to Kanye. I love Kanye West. I was just watching an interview that he did 5 years ago where he was talking about the fashion industry. Mm-hmm. And he said, make sure you watch this interview in 5 years. And everything that he said in the interview was exactly what's happening.
Well, I truly, truly believe in spoken word and energy. So yeah. A lot of my goals, I really like to write them down because I feel like it's so powerful. You can really write your own existence. And I actually did that 10 years ago when I was still, a newbie in college. I just wrote down all my goals that I wanted to hit before I aged myself. Before I turned 30 years old. Yeah. And I recently found that paper. I'm like, I hit every last one of these goals.
Wow.
So every single year I try to write down goals for myself, for my company, for my kids, for my life. And I feel that it really does help you reach your goals.
I stopped calling them goals and started calling them plans.
Okay.
Because I like that. I feel like goals that you're like leaving yourself room to
fail,
not accomplish it. Yeah. If you call it a plan, then you can't really lose, right?
Well, you are writing it down in a planner, so
exactly,
it makes sense.
Exactly. So if I want to, when I undoubtedly buy this Fruit Loops candle, how do I do that?
Oh, so you just look up saltoftheearthapothecary.com.
Okay.
And if you have sentiment.com, you can still find it there.
Okay.
It's usually on the front page because a lot of people actually look up that Fruit Loops candle, so it's in the popular section. Yep. But if you can't find the scent or the candle that you like, you just type it in the little search bar and it'll pop up.
Okay. Is this all pretty affordable?
It is. Our candles retail for around $16,
okay.
And you get a 40-hour burn out of that.
Okay.
Which is a really long burn for an
8-ounce
candle.
Okay. 16. You said 16 hours? 40 hours?
It's a 40-hour burn. It's an 8-ounce candle.
Okay.
And they're $16.
Okay. And then what other products do you offer again? Say it again.
So we offer over 47 candles.
Okay.
We offer bubble bath. We offer sugar scrubs and bohemian bath soaks.
What is a sugar scrub?
Sugar scrubs, it helps you exfoliate your skin.
Okay.
And it scrubs like off all your dead skin cells and it leaves you with this super amazing glow because I use very nice coconut in there. So. Okay.
I wish I would have known about this like 3 weeks ago before Christmas.
I know. Damn. We should have did it before then.
Oh, man. That's all right. Next Christmas.
Exactly. I'm sure you got birthdays coming up.
I got too many kids. I always got birthdays.
There you go.
Yeah, but.
And I didn't even mention we also do body oils.
What about beard stuff?
So a lot of men like to use that body oil in their beard.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You might be selling me on some products here. I might have to go shop.
Well, honeysuckle is really good for inflammation and scars, but a lot of guys really like that smell.
Okay.
But the most popular scent is Calm. I actually sell that to a bunch of masseuses all over the Twin Cities. I'm their wholesale vendor.
Okay. So, I know. I've heard of Calm.
You've heard of Calm?
I believe so.
Well, there we go. We're out there.
Don't they have an app or something like that? Or is that a whole different thing?
No, I know what you're talking about. Calm, that's like a meditation app.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
But that's good that you're vibing on that.
Yeah.
That wavelength.
I think because I think LeBron is a spokesperson for the Calm app.
Oh, I did recently see that interview for that. My favorite was Idris Elba. I think he did an episode on there. It's real sexy.
Idris? You like Idris?
I love him.
I might have to send him some.
Send him some candles.
He's got a nice
beard.
He's got a nice beard too. Get him some. Yeah, send him a Fruit Loop.
Maybe.
Send him a Fruit Loop.
He's married though.
So?
Oh, no.
Married men need Fruit Loops.
That's true.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, maybe his wife can buy it for him.
There we go. I like it. Okay, well, I'm gonna go shop on your page for sure. I'd like to
Okay.
encourage others to do it. Do you have any closing thoughts? Anything for other entrepreneurs out there?
Other entrepreneurs, I would say don't wait until you're ready. Start now. Do tons of research. Always educate yourself. Keep re-educating yourself. Never be married to what you have in the moment. Be married to the end goal, because that will help you develop as an artist, I think.
Yeah, that's very well said.
And keep yourself very open to opportunities. I mean, I made it a goal of mine to network last year. So after doing 42 pop-ups, I've just met so many amazing people. So just always keep yourself open to new opportunities.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your at least seemingly quick success. It probably doesn't feel that way to you.
No, it doesn't, but I can see how other people would view it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you work your ass off, and it
I
feels
do.
like it's been a long time coming. But congratulations, and I'm definitely going to go shop. And if other people want to shop, remind them where they can go shop again.
Earth Apothecary.com.
And you're on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah,
all that
we're
too?
on Facebook, Instagram, and if you search up Sentiment, we still pop up. So,
Okay. That's 3 words, right? Sentiment.
Yep.
Okay.
And Salt of the Earth is all one. Salt of the Earth Apothecary.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed this, and I'm really gonna go buy some products. You actually sold me.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah. So keep going, and I appreciate you joining me.
All right, thanks for having me.
Do you want them to follow you anywhere personally?
No,
Just the pages?
follow my business.
Follow the business.
I have
Okay.
enough followers.
Okay, good. Everybody go shop. Another episode of Live on Lake
Go
Street.
shop.
I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1.
Damn, Woody. In high school, I let it blam, Woody. I wasn't playing, Woody. I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on PNB, right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money,